Good evening, everyone. This is your boy, my hero, the best young football analyst. So if you're new to this page, please do subscribe and hit the like button. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Bafana, South Africa. Bafana, badlalile abantwana, badlalile abafana in the quarterfinals. We are in the quarterfinals, guys. What a great day. Oh, what a great time to be a South African. What a great time to be a South African. As you see, I'm wearing my old t-shirt of South Africa. Some of you guys know it, some of you guys don't know it. My old Bafana t-shirt. I'm sure I will buy a new one, you know. If Bafana can win the Afcon, I might buy a new one, you know. Or my mother might buy a new one. Might buy me a new one. Let me not say I'll buy a new one. So, today's game. It's pretty obvious. You can see the t-shirt, guys. Bafana versus Morocco. I'm not sure if it's the Atlas Lions. Yes, the Atlas Lions versus the underrated when going to the Afcon to becoming one of the most favorite teams to win the Afcon. This Afcon have been unpredictable, guys. Big giants have been knocked out. Morocco, pooh. There's this girl from Morocco who said, Ronaldo that way. And all I can say, I'm not going to say Hakimi that way is yes, that way, but what I can say is that Morocco that way. And I'll tell you guys something. Not African football. It's a decent football. It's decent football, not African football. But the fact that I don't know why we usually get too scared as Southern African countries, as West African countries. Actually, West African countries are not usually scared. The Southern and the East are mostly scared to face these Northern African countries, whereas I believe we're supposed to fear the West African countries the most, the Northern African countries the most in terms of football. Because you can see South Africa. Northern African countries, I don't think as a team that you're supposed to fear them because they play simple football, cool and composed football. No, like Spanish football where it's a tiki-taka. That's the kind of football we play. They move the ball and they like to maintain ball possession, so they're not much of a threat. Unlike West African football, you still have players with full of pace, and if you don't have defenders with pace, they can really kill you. So, going to the game, Morocco versus South Africa. Morocco were favorites to win this game. They were missing two of their best wingers, Ziyech and Buffon. But that's not an excuse to lose this game. But because they do it, obviously, you must have a recovery player who will replace the other player. And they used I'm not sure it's Adli, and also I'm not sure it's Azalzoli, the number 21 of Morocco. So okay, first off of the game, Morocco were dominating ball position. And in overall, they did dominate ball possession with 54% ball possession, 46% ball possession. So that kind of shows that Bafana are not just sitting back. 46% ball possession. First half, they might have been sitting back to a point that all the Moroccan players were in the half of Bafana, and only Bono, the goalkeeper of Morocco, was in Moroccan's half. But what I can say is that the defense of South Africa, and I've said it to you guys not long ago, that if Olu can be removed in that backline of Bafana and put a Sundowns backline, everything will be okay. Ever since Hugo have played the defense of Sundowns, we have not considered a goal. It started against Namibia, kept a clean sheet. Went on against Tunisia, kept a clean sheet. Went on against the tournament favorites, which is Morocco, kept a clean sheet. Now we're going to face Cape Verde. So I'm trying to say that I've said it a long time ago that put Mudau, put Grankekana, put Mvala, and put Modiba or Mashego. because they'll have a better understanding because they're playing for the same club and they've got a better connection. Grant Kekana understands Mvala because I believe two center backs need to be playing for a long time and they need to understand each other. Coach Hook has been forcing the center back pairing of Xulu and Mvala. It's not working. It's not because of Mvala, it's because of the person he's pairing with, which was Xulu. Xulu is a bad center back, and I've said it and I will say it again, that Xulu doesn't deserve to be in the Afcon. He's not even better than any other center back that has been chosen. He's not even better than any other center back that was supposed to be chosen. Siyabonga Ngezana or any others. Afcon, at least him. So I've said, and this is a revelation of my truth, that without Xulu, we've got a better defense. Without Xulu, we've got a better defense as South Africans. And Grant Kekana has been absolutely beautiful. Have played beautiful. He made few mistakes against Namibia during his first time against Mvala, within Mvala in the Afcon. His first time in the Afcon, made few mistakes, but mistakes make you to become the player that you are, that you will become in the future. And because of those mistakes, it has made him one of the best center backs that South Africa has in this Afcon. Because Mvala and Kekana have had a good combination play. Okay. So as much as Morocco were dominating ball possession, but within their domination of ball possession, they were leaving space in the midfield when South Africa was attacking, because South Africa in the first half, their aim was to attack more. So when South Africa, their plan was to sit back, let Morocco attack, maybe try to see what Morocco is trying to build, then catch them on transition play. That was the aim. You've got Tau who's fast, you've got Morena who's fast, you've got Mahopa sitting there, and most people don't see the effect of Mahopa. The effect of Mahopa is to sit there, trouble the center backs of Morocco force them to make mistakes. And Mahopa is a good person who's able to get in through the center backs and make those beautiful runs. And the first goal of the game, he shows that he's good at making those runs. You just need to supply him. But the first real chance, I did not say real chance, but it was not really a chance. But whenever Morocco is defending, they leave up space. They want to defend as a team, which means they'll leave up space in the midfield for Mokoena. And you never give Mokoena that much space they gave him. Mokoena grabbed the shot, as you guys can see. You can see the space. They are moving back, zonal play, which means when Morocco when they're in the half of Bafana, they are pressing. But when they're in their own half, they are playing zonal play, as you guys can see. Now they are zonal playing, as you guys can see. Now there's Mokoena holding the ball. Mokoena shoots the ball. It kind of make a difficult bounce for Bono, but Bono is a top-notch goalkeeper. He's able to save it and pass it out. Good paired on. It shows the experience. So you never give Mokoena that kind of shot. Even the second time they gave him that much of space, but he shot it, but this time it went wide. So what I'm trying to say is that Morocco, in the midfield, yes, good. They had a good midfield. The midfield that kind of kept them grooving in the World Cup. Amrabat, Onahi, Amala. But Amrabat was not switched on. I don't know if Man United kind of ruined him, but Onahi has switched on. Amala, not the way he was playing throughout the Afcon. You know, it showed that Zwane, Stole, and Mokoena were switched on. They knew what they wanted, and they wanted to take them on. You look at the passes. As for Morocco, they had 400 and I don't know why I can no longer see 425 passes. South Africa 386 passes. I don't know, guys. Just this light is too bright. You have to forgive me when I stick my head in my stats. Okay, so now if you guys have noticed, Morocco was attacking more on the left hand side, the side of Modiba, than on the right hand side. Because why? First of all, Morena can play as a right back. So Morena and Mudau, they are more. You cannot pass them because they are both right backs. As much as Morena has been put in a right winger, he has got a defensive instincts. So he's able to drop back and help out Mudau. And there was this foul that everyone thought is a penalty. When this player, I'm just going to say the number 29 of Morocco because I really cannot pronounce that name. Zoli. He went into the box. As he went into the box, and Mudau was behind him, making the run behind him. Now, any touch behind a person inside the box, it's a penalty. But now, what did Mundau touch? He touched the ball. You see, he puts his leg in, as you guys can see. He puts his leg in front of the legs of Azolzi and catches the ball, not the person. He touches the slide of the ball, the little touch of he touches the ball a little bit. Then Azal Zoli, he kind of tripped in Mundau's legs. That's not a penalty. Whoever says that's not a penalty. It's like a good tackle from Mundau. Obviously, Mundau was not gonna really tackle him from the back. He put his leg in, he catches the ball, not the person. The problem is that that's his make. He is on motion. He's running. So the moment you kind of put your leg in, obviously it's like obviously he will fall down, and the winger obviously he will fake it. A winger, but obviously he fell down because he tripped his leg to Mundau's. That's not a penalty, as you guys can see. Mundau put his leg in front of Azal Zolhe, the number 21 Moroccan winger, left winger. He put his leg in front of him. No penalty. No penalty. No penalty. And it kind of worked for South Africa to play transition play, as much as they were able to get 46% ball possession. But you can see that Tebogo Mokoena was switched on in the game. And Mokwena's role was to play as an 8. As you guys can see, South Africa has been playing more of a 4-2-3-1 system. And even to this game, I would say they played a 4-2-3-1 system. But the fact that Stole was switched on even much better, collecting those balls, moving, and the aerial height of Stole kind of plays him in an advantage in the midfield. The fact that he's the tallest player in the midfield out of the 6 players in the midfield. So that kind of gives him that confidence, because also he's playing in Europe and Portugal. And the fact that these most players of Bafana Bafana are local-based players who are playing domestic football, it kind of proves the quality that the PSL possesses. And I've said it and I'll say it again, the PSL is supposed to rank number 2 in the African best leagues, Morocco number 1. But we're not there. The first goal of the game. As I've said, transition play was very important for Bafana Bafana. I don't know, they were able to win that ball in the midfield. After winning that ball in the midfield, Mazwana was able to pocket the ball inside the 2 center backs. As I've said, Mahopa, you just need to supply him. You just need to, as a player, to understand what type of runs he makes. It's like Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland. Kevin De Bruyne understands that Haaland will make this type of run. Or actually, it's the striker that needs to understand. I'm sorry. Haaland understands that I need to make this type of run because this is how the ball goes. So Mahopa was between 2 center backs. He understood what kind of run he needed to make. And when Zona pocketed that ball, he made that run. And some people would say it's offside, where it is clear not offside. For Says should have done better there, because I think it was Says who played him onside, because he was onside by a very slight. He was onside. Mahopa was able to make the run between the center backs, and I've said Mahopa is a better striker there because he troubles the center backs, because he's tall and he's got that area height. Yes, Mahopa is not strong. I was surprised how a tall person cannot be strong, a tall gate. So he's not strong, I think it's because of the body physique, but he's got that height to be able to hold the ball for his players who are oncoming. As Mshishi, who's a very good pocketer, he was able to put it in through pass. Mahopa was able to make that run because he saw the ball movement of the ball, and when he made that run, he was able to, as cool as composed as he obviously he's playing for Pirates, what do you expect? He was able to get in the ball, he got the ball, and he was able to put it in between the legs of Bono. So a good striker, good finisher, and Morocco proved, and Mahopa proved that this is why Hugo Broos has been using him. And for En-Nesyri, I don't know, En-Nesyri guys is a good striker, but En-Nesyri, yeah, he tries, but En-Nesyri is more of a Mahopa. He needs suppliers to get those goals. Without Ziyech and Buffon, it kind of put his playman down. Yes, he was trying to create chances for himself, but you're talking with Adli and Al Zolzol, the number of Morocco, who are not experienced, first of all, who are young, who have not been exposed in big stages, because not pure big stages, because most times they'll come in as a sub and play maybe 5 or 6 minutes or 10 minutes, and most times the coach only puts in Ziyech and Buffon. He only depends on those 2 wingers. So that kind of proves that Morocco depends on individuals to play. But when it comes to midfield, they're perfect. But without Amrabat, now what does that set for them? But you can see now he was switched on from the beginning of the Afcon. And so Amrabat, he was off. He was really off. Yes, not fully off, but you can see he was collecting the ball, moving it. But in terms of protecting his defense, he was making his defense work over time. When South Africa out and they are playing on transition play, because when South Africa got that ball on transition play, they would move very fast. And that comes to my second goal for the game. Mokoena was on the break, running with Amrabat, and 3 players were oncoming for Morocco to support Amrabat. What Amrabat was supposed to do was try to stall Mokoena while the 3 players of Morocco were trying to recover, as you guys can see. They were going to try to recover. He was going to try to stall the players. Stall Mokoena a little bit, like try to ball watch him. Obviously, Mokoena is not fast. Then let the players recover. Then in that situation, you're free. But he decides to make a foul. So he was even making a bad decision from Amrabat. That kind of shows that he's no longer the player he used to be, And it kind of cost him. I don't know, since he did get some game time in Man United, but he's no longer the player he was. He was no longer the player. The last pressed Amrabat, I remember, was playing for Fiorentina. He cannot protect he cannot shield his defense very well nowadays. And I know that Bafana don't have a 6 that can shield that defense good, because you need a very experienced 6 to do that. But at least Stoll was able to collect the ball and move in the midfield. And it's got that aerial presence that kind of gives him as an advantage to try and dominate the midfield. And it's got Mokoena, who's good as an 8, but also good as a 6. So the second goal of the game, as you guys can see, Mokoena is making a run. He made the foul, Amrabat. As he made the foul, obviously you don't think that someone can score from there. Yes, someone can score from there, but it's rare to find a free kick taker in South Africa for Bafana. A free kick taker, and usually we do get free kicks. Dawo takes it, misses. Swana takes it, misses. Most of our players miss it. But the last free kick taker to score was Mokoena. I forgot what club what country we were facing. No, I'm lying. Oh yeah. Okay, look at this theory. We are the last club to defeat Morocco. When we defeated Morocco 2-1, our first goal was a free kick from Tresitao. Bono was not a goalkeeper. Now we come to face Morocco again. We defeat Morocco 2-0. We scored a free kick. A beautiful free kick from Mokoena. And Bono was not going to do anything about that, because you guys can see he stretched his arms as if he just woke up. I'm telling you, he stretched his arms as wide as he can, but the free kick was well taken, good precision, as you guys can see, good technique from Mokoena. And you're not supposed to make those reckless decisions. What if you could have won the game, maybe made it 1-1 and win the game? Now you're out and you're a key player to this team. This team has already lost a lot. So it kind of shows that the big players who were expected a lot from them didn't show up in this Afcon. Did not show up. They did not show up. Even in Senegal, Sedaman was not highly rated. Gueye, all those players were highly rated, but Sedaman was not highly rated. Osimhen has got like 1 goal in the Afcon. You see, so those big players are not risen to the task. Ziyech, at least, Hakimi missed the penalty. I'm glad that he missed the penalty, because I feel like they were gonna get that spirit of trying to win the game. So what I'm trying to say is that Bafana might just win the Afcon. It's a bold decision. Yes, my favorites to win the Afcon were Morocco. Not because they've got a good squad, but because of the experience in the World Cup. But now I've come to the realization that the Afcon is not the World Cup. Some teams can defeat Brazil, like Senegal defeated Brazil 4-0, but struggled to defeat Ivory Coast, right? Struggled to defeat Ivory Coast, who were not even playing good in their first games. And yes, guys, it's the truth. The Afcon is not the World Cup, guys. A team can perform in the World Cup. Senegal are coming from the World Cup. Tunisia defeated France in the World Cup. Morocco defeated Spain, defeated Portugal, but failed to defeat Bafana 2 times. 2 times! Senegal lost to Ivory Coast. Tunisia, after defeating France, they failed to defeat Bafana, even ranked number 4 in the group stages. The Afcon is not the World Cup. And I've said this, and I'll say it again. I've never said it to you guys, that the Afcon is the 3rd best national competition in the world. It's the World Cup, it's the European Champions League, European I don't know what, the Euros, and also the Afcon. Afcon is better than the Asian whatever, I don't know what they call it, and it's better than the Copa America. That's the fact. Copa America, only 2 countries are competing, Argentina and Brazil. Euro, very understandably, because you find big players, you find many countries that are competing. Afcon, in Asia, you find only Japan competing, Japan and South Korea competing. You would include Qatar also, and also Saudi Arabia, if Saudi Arabia plays in Asia, that Asian Cup. But the fact matter is, the Afcon is the 3rd best national competition in the world. That's a fact. That's a clear fact. And I believe the reason we're underrated is because we're coming from Africa. Africa has been underrated in football, and it's a time that we could become. It's a time FIFA realized that Africa has got one of the best football that the world has to produce. Okay, extra time. So guys, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe and hit the like button. And also, if you're seeing the video on TikTok, please do follow and hit the heart button. For all those who are Bafana fans and you skipped this video, the ghost of Bafana shall haunt you. Thank you for watching.